God is good and all the time. So thank you very much for giving me this time. I'm here, my name still remains Brother Christopher Wesonga. And I'm here in the capacity of, I represent the religious superiors of a council of Kenya and also KCCB. That is, Kenya is a Catholic Council of Bishops. So it is something that's so see me like as if you're seeing a bishop, the chairperson of the KCCB, and also RSK as a superior. So, first of all, I want to, it is just a task that I was given by the RSK, that is the Religious Superiors Council of Kenya, religious men. We attended this seminar, workshop, on something to do with human trafficking. And human trafficking is something which is really, it is just a crime. It is something that is finishing members of this, or most of our vulnerable citizens. Therefore, I want also to recognize that the superior here is one of the executive members of this commission. And also, this commission works in collaboration with KCCB, as I said, also the Religious Council of Sisters in Kenya, and also what we call RAT. RAT, the meaning of RAT is Religious Against Human Trafficking. So this is an organization that came up in order to fight this monster of human trafficking in Kenya. And therefore, I'm here sent by CJPC, that is a Council of Justice, Peace, and Council of Justice, Peace Commission. So, what I'm going to present to you, it is just about to make you aware of this animal called human trafficking. Human trafficking is affecting even our sisters, our mothers, especially young mothers. You've heard of these people who normally go to Saudi Arabia. They go to Saudi Arabia, some of them come back in boxes or in coffins. Why? There are so many reasons as to why these people go to Saudi Arabia. And in collaboration with the Catholic bishops of Kenya, they are the ones who are coming out to find this monster in the country. So even right now, we are just doing this concurrently with other members. They are in Eldoret, giving the same. Even some of us who are supposed to be there, including the superior. But because of this, we are here. So they are they are creating awareness to mostly the religious and the essential clergy on how uncouth this issue of human trafficking and how it is diminishing the human rights in the society. Therefore, I will not take much of your time. I will just go directly to this. So, as I said, we are working in collaboration with KCCB, that is, which has different organs, that is finance, CJPC, evangelization, and also RAT, as I've told you. So, when you hear about human trafficking, brothers, comes into as those three questions. What do you think of when you think of the word trafficking? Secondly, who do you think will be a human trafficker? You never know. Maybe your neighbor. Or even you yourself, or me. Or who is more vulnerable to be a victim of human trafficking? So those are three vital and fundamental questions that we have to ask ourselves. And before you answer that, the thing is, you'll ask yourself, what do you understand by the term trafficking or human trafficking? What do you understand by the term human trafficking? So maybe, before I proceed, may I just get some 1, 2, 3 views. What do you understand by the term human trafficking? You can just... Yes, brother? Yes, brother is saying it means slave trade. Exactly that. Slave trade. You just take human being and you make him to be a commodity or a good, and then you go and use him maybe as a cheap labor somewhere. Thank you very much, brother. What else? Maybe who else? Yes, brother Jude.
It's a way of depriving someone's right.
It's a way of depriving someone's right. Thank you very much. Exactly that. Because when we talk about human rights, if you take somebody from here, you take him to maybe in Ruai, the place called Kamnyonge. That Kamnyonge, this person, first of all, is denied his or her rights as a human person. Remember, even here in Kenya, our constitution gives rights to even those people who are arrested. The prisoners have their own rights. So, it is something that we need. We as brothers, we are working in different projects, especially schools. That's why it was very, very fundamental and important for us to come and share this issue of human trafficking. And the bishops and all religious men in the country are very much concerned about human trafficking. So it is just a way of creating awareness to go and give the same information to the people whom we are evangelizing to. Therefore, let's see what we mean by human trafficking. As you can see. First one, it's a criminal practice according to international law. Let's say United Nations. It is against. That's why it is pumping a lot of money in most of the countries, especially Africa, in order to fight against this human trafficking. Therefore, my brothers, such a issue, it is very good that when we go back to our communities, we just fight it completely. Because you never know this person, maybe your sister, who is taken to Saudi Arabia, maybe your cousin, or your niece, or your nephew. Even boys can go. Or even sometimes even our mothers. And once they land there, because we had two girls, they went to Saudi Arabia. And according to what they had agreed, we have these agents. Agents, they come, they cheat you. Also, you are going to a family which has 5 members of the family. But reaching there, you find 20 members of the family. And what are you going to do? You are going to serve each and every member. Are you going to be paid? No. You're going to be paid only the agreed amount, or even not. And what they normally say, an Arab, he doesn't know even if he is found maybe torturing or even exploiting this lady sexually. The law there says that this person has to be slaughtered, just or maybe killed. But now, instead of him being killed because he has been found with this young lady, the wife will not accept. What will he do? What will she do? Instead, you'll do what? You'll be the one to face the death. So that's why you normally hear, even in news, you normally hear, oh, he has been, he committed suicide. No, not they just forced. This lady said, one day I'll just maybe conduct her and she'll come here. You'll see, even you'll just shed tears. When she was narrating to us, most of the priests and even religious, oh yes, shedding tears. Tears. And she came when she escaped. She was burned, the whole of this arm was burned. So it is something that we have to fight, my brothers. And it is there. It is there. So let's, okay, thank you. So we have forms of trafficking and exploitation. So one, we have labor trafficking, sexual exploitation. As I said, these ladies, when they go there, they undergo all this. And it is something that we have to fight against. Also, we have child trafficking, organ harvesting. When you talk about organ harvesting, you can see that picture. Some people, they want to make money. So they will come, they do 1, 2, 3, and then you find yourself there. There you go. Like lungs from a US dollar, 150,000. So these people, it is something that they want to exploit people in different ways. So it is something that we also need to fight in order to save. So we have these, what causes them to go? One, they have poverty. If all of us, we were just able, we were wealthy, we could not allow them to go. Or they cannot even go. So it is something that when we fight poverty in our society or in our communities, automatically we are going to do away with this human trafficking. Also, natural disasters, demand for cheap labor, human trafficking also generate a very huge profit. As you have said, that all parts of the body, maybe you may sell them. So I think that is what I wanted to share, unless if there is a question or maybe a comment. Yes, Brother Lawrence.
I've always understood human trafficking to be of an international scope. Kenyans being sold in Saudi Arabia, blah blah. We have local human trafficking. That is my first question. Then the second question would be, I don't know how the religious can actually fight this. Because the guys who go to sell themselves in Saudi Arabia are not with us. They are there. We hear about this human trafficking on TV. So how can I effectively say, I will even think of preventing it? How?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Brother Lawrence. That's a very good question. Anyway, Okay, maybe just a minute. Brother, whatever we are saying, we have what we call local human trafficking. Even in our family members, or within the family. Have you ever heard of a parent forcing his or her daughter that our neighbor here, she went there, and then you see the way she has built a lot of her, maybe she has helped them. So your parents, they force you to go. Now because you are vulnerable, you are poor, automatically you will go. And yet you don't know what's ahead of you. So it is something that it can be both local and international. And it is proven. There are so many people who have come with that. And also maybe, whatever you're saying, religious will stand a very high chance of stopping this. As I'm saying, when we go, like my brother, let's say brother here, Brother Simon, is a teacher at Shibuya. And there are maybe ladies there. Mtu anamaliza class 8, she doesn't want to go to high school, anataka kwenda kutafuta kazi. He will be able to tell that lady, please, don't do this and this and this. Automatically, he will have saved the life of that girl. So, my brother, I think we stand a better chance. That's why Catholic bishops are very steady on that. Yes, brother.
What I wanted to ask is this human trafficking voluntary or it is forceful? Because there's a girl who was studying someone. Then all of a sudden she disappeared. After some time, then I asked her, she told me that she went for some lessons or some training on how to do some things. Good that they were planning to go to Saudi Arabia. That means these people, they don't just come to try. They come, they speak, they are agreeing with the person. So that the person is taken through all the procedures. So that the person must send for administrative decisions. Now, if someone like this is going to work, is that trafficking? And the person is of age, about 18 years.
Thank you very much, brother. That's a very vital question. And most of the questions I think were just in line on that. Even me myself, by my first time, I asked the same question. Why is it? Why is it? But, so my brother, I think after knowing, first of all, we have to differentiate between human trafficking and human smuggling. So that one, you go, yes, you'll be trained, you'll have legal documents, but you don't know what is ahead of you, what you're going to do. That is the thing. You will go voluntarily because you want to go and get money. You want to go and get access to good things. That is the mentality that we have. It's not that they will force you. Maybe that's smuggling. But when you talk about human trafficking, they tell you, like I told you, you will be told, this one, you're going only to work for 4 members of the family. Reaching there, you get more than you expected. So it is something that you are going to be exploited, though you have legal documents. But even right now, that is the thing that we have Justice Rosalind Nambuya. Whatever she told us, they are pursuing. Even we have these agents who are, you hear them announcing that, oh, for me, I connect these people to go to Saudi Arabia, I do this. There are so many. But they are processing even to take legal action. We have the government, which is maybe the ministry, which is in charge of that, like mostly the foreign affairs. So I think they are processing that. When we talk about voluntarily, they go voluntarily, but they don't know what is ahead of them. That is what we want to prevent. Yes, right.
me, I was answering the question, Brother Lawrence. He said that we don't have those people at hand, like the ladies. But it's known that we as the leaders, we are tasked with this noble exercise because they know we cover a large scope, the large coverage. That's why they know that we are the major change agents. And we are listened by many people. Now it's our responsibility to create more awareness to those people that this exercise or this work which you want to go, it's not forthcoming or it will not help you.
Yeah, I think whatever you're saying, thank you very much. When we talk about even Lawrence, when we go to this place called Isili in Nairobi, we have so many young boys and girls, especially girls, where they are just hidden in a certain building. Why? Because maybe they take these people one by one. That's why you normally hear people announcing, oh, I have connection to house helps. If you want, conduct this and this number. So those are some things that they do. So it can be either local or international. So I think somebody said yes, brother. Okay, maybe before brother.
Actually, human trafficking is real. And the causes of human trafficking are very practical. What you've been doing is making us be aware of our environment. As the religious superiors sit down to guard this essence of human trafficking, even from among villages, they take poverty as the major root cause of human trafficking. In your own understanding and in the seminar that you attended, do they have the strategies that are able to help people who are going out for greener pasture, but it turns out to be a yellow one, so that they can get some few shillings to stay where they are? We can advertise this, sensitize people, but how do you prevent somebody who is going to look for a job? Do you have an alternative? That's my question. So does the KCCB, religious superiors, have any alternative that will prevent people from child or human trafficking?
Okay, thank you very much. I think, as I said, both KCCB and religious council of superiors, they are working hand in hand, or they are collaborating with the government. And how are they collaborating? Through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Because as we are talking, there are some talks which are going on about the same issue. Because we have some agents who come up, even they get licenses in order to take these girls abroad. And some of them, once they reach there, even if you call them, first of all, they cannot even reply your call. And once they reach there, those girls, their bosses, snatching them all the phones. You can't communicate to anybody, both outside or even within. You are just there as a slave. Because there was the same lady was telling her, you have to sit there, all these members of that family, you have to cook for him or her. Satatu, the same. And they don't taste even cold food. They don't. You will have to sit there. Even if somebody comes at midnight, you'll have to be there. Until all of them comes, you prepare for them food, and then you sleep. You sleep late, you wake up early. So it is something that the government is collaborating with the KCCB and also the Religious Men Association. So it is something that even the judges, especially Justice Roslyn Nambuye, she's very much against it. So they are formulating some laws about that, because most of the, especially girls, are really suffering. And it is something.
Can they give us money to protect this?
Of course, we have what we call RAT. Those people, it is an organization. But if it is an organization, maybe sometimes they may decide to fund you in order to go and create awareness to the society. So it is something that there are so many organizations which are fighting this. So, yes, brother, and then come.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wesonga. Actually, RAT was formed in 2018. And it's an organization that is supposed to work with religious men and women. Human trafficking has a motivation factor behind it. Somebody is enticed to get in touch with what is not real, and you easily fall into that trap. One, even us, we traffic workers. You entice somebody from Uganda, come and work in Kenya. The money in Kenya has value. Then you employ her or him in your community as a cook. In the long run, you pay him peanuts. We call that human trafficking. You've carried somebody from somewhere to the community, you're paying him peanuts, you entice him. Secondly, how many of us have enticed, maybe within the communities, you have seen people enticing young children, especially the boys who come to herd, the young girls are given little money, you entice them from the village to come and visit you. In the long run, you abuse. You have trafficked the girl, you have given her motivation from the village to your community, and then you squeeze. So those things, that is why the religious must be in the forefront to identify this. So the rescue centers are yet to be set up. So that is what the RSK and ACCB are discussing, to have some rescue center for a few where they can be rehabilitated and then return home. But for now, we have the online numbers for your help, so that we are able to connect you to the government of Kenya, to the KCCB. Wesonga, you know his number, you know my number. If you find anybody trafficking in a human being, whether in the community or around you,
Maybe so. Yes, there is a number. We have a call number that I will give you. Maybe it is just free. In case you see such an incident, you just call and then he will respond.
For now,
it is free.
For now, they can call us.
Okay, so thank you. Yes, brother.
Allow the field.
In between the immigration office and agents.
Please, brother.
Is it not true about this game of trafficking that there is a trouble in between the agents, those who are collecting them, and the immigration office?
Okay, I think, first of all, it is like a business. It is a business, and most of them, maybe some of them, a good number, are registered. They have license. But, you know, when you are a business person, first of all, you will use a very enticing language. When you go there, you will get this and this without knowing. For them, they know. That's why most of these agents, once these ladies land there, they switch off their phones. You can't even communicate. You cannot. But here, the government, that's why we are saying that they are collaborating with the government through the Foreign Affairs Ministry to see what they can do about, because it's becoming rampant. Yes, brother.
Brother, this is really tricky to tell which is which. For example, I have 3 cases at hand as we speak. I've known a lady in Qatar working. We talked once in a while. Sana sana usiku. That's when she's like free a little bit. It is true that she's overworked, but she's paid. She has investments around Nakuru, up to Gilgit. She has learned from the salaries. That tells you it's genuine work, although taxing a little bit. Then I've also case almost what brother said. There's a lady that we know very well in Gilgit. She was my student. She was given options as her qualifications. Either you go there, you put in the bank, work in the bank, in the hospital, that kind of thing. So what qualifies you is your qualifications to be taken where they want you to go. That's the tricky part. Now, is that human trafficking? We're not so sure. Because you say they cheat and you don't know what happens tomorrow. Then I have one of my board members who started a school recently. Actually, he had a technical school that he wanted to sell to the brothers. We didn't have money to buy the school. So he turned that school into a training for ladies to be taken out for employment. He called me. He asked me to send him girls. And it's very particular that you see ladies from Western are very good with the household work, that kind of thing. So he trains them like for 6 months. They sit for NEET exam, for certification. Then he processes the documents for the travel. It sounds a little bit genuine. It sounds genuine. But you see, it's still trafficking. Maybe it is. Now, that's the question mark. But what makes it more questionable is, if you send him a girl, you give him 50,000 in return. That puts a question mark. Like commission, yes. So the more girls you give to them, the more money you make. So, thank you, brother.
Okay, I think that is just a compliment. Thank you very much. Brother Michael, you have.
Thank you so much. At the moment, we have the sponsorship, and it came from one of the counties. That is the Washington issue. That they are taking students, for example, medical, studying in Canada. And the issue was there will be 4 hours class, then the rest will work. How shall we differentiate that they have gone to study and work and not being trafficked? And if it is so, suppose that being denied all the documents, even if you give us that number to go, how shall we trace them?
There's a linkage in terms of the legalities of people moving from this country to other countries. And that's why you cannot even understand where this trafficking is. That's just a discussion.
Okay, thank you. Maybe I think about that, things to do with maybe you want to go to study. There is a procedure that you have to follow. This is somebody, and specifically we are basing on you are going there to work or as an employee, and especially in Middle East. So it is something that, though even in Europe or other continent, it may happen. But in most cases, we are dealing with these people who are being like whatever brother is saying. How sure are you that you pay somebody in order somebody, maybe your girl or your daughter, to go abroad? So there is something fishy that you can also even if through your conversation, you will just realize. You may realize that for sure, it may be something hidden. Yes, brother.
You began with that someone can click.
It was just an example. Yes.
Oh, I thought it was a serious
No.
example.
No.
because I have a brother here whom I took a cousin, his cousin to work in a home of my friend in Kamnyong. So I was wondering.
No, that one. Yes, Brother Simon.
For sure, talking about taking it at local level, we are brothers, we are running schools, and sometimes, from what the superior said, we find ourselves in some of the, maybe in that trouble, that problem. In this case study, we may have one term, we have that must transfer to the kids. And I'm aware, or I'm sure, from the look of things, we must have some rules. And right now we're having a meeting. My request is, you better also advise us what are the repercussions in case you start advising maybe the pupils. And for us, we say sometimes we poach the pupils. And that one, what are the consequences in case maybe you are looking for children and in one way it is what? Trafficking. What are the repercussions of the consequences of you doing that? Now, as a judge,
Okay,
I
think maybe what we are saying here is that the church and the government are working hand in hand. And as you are saying, maybe we as teachers, when we go and we get some students, or maybe some ladies, we bring them. Without them, first of all, it is for the good cause. It's for the good cause they want to stand. But now, unless, as the brother said, if we have another intention. Yeah, so it is something that, but
there is a question that if he is found as a human trafficker, what are the consequences?
the law will take its course, I think. The law will take its course. First of all, it is illegal. It is illegal. So I think we have a lot to discuss, but maybe because of time, I'll allow brother you have something.
Thank you very much,
crowd.
The issue of human trafficking, for me, I always say that each generation has its own challenges, or each generation comes with what? This is a very big challenge, rather a very big challenge when it comes to our current generation. For example, this human trafficking, the current human trafficking has like two forms. There is that one which we call formal, whereby even those government officials, this one is in Uganda, is very common. Government officials who are supposed to fight it are the owners of those companies that take what? These people there. So, another challenge, most of them who go there illegally without going through those channels created by those government people or other people, in most cases, for example, in Uganda, they always use this route. And when they come to Kenya, they are trafficked and what? And they move what? To Saudi Arabia and other countries. I think as religious, whenever there is suffering, we have to come in. And for me, I'm very, very happy with the bishops of Kenya and maybe religious for coming up with such an initiative of trying to fight, because it is a very serious problem. In Uganda, we have, I know even here, but we have seen people, all those people have come back amputated. Some of organs have been removed, and there are very many. So, first of all, we need to accept that the problem is there, and there's no question about it. How do we support, how do we come in as a religious and the priests and what, and the church? That is the question. But as you know that in most cases, where there is suffering,
the religious is supposed to enter there, rather to intervene, either to pray, to advocate, to do this. So those who are worried that how are we going to get involved in this as religious and what, those people are outside, are we going there? No, you can reach there by praying for them. You can reach there by advocating for that kind of trafficking to stop, by maybe writing documents, taxing, for example, forcing the government to change its policies as far as trafficking is concerned, because the government, these governments of ours, they are the people, or they are the whole license, who give licenses to these people. Those companies are very busy. They advertise here and there. So, they are, as brother said, these people are enticed. Somebody asked how come that these people are over 18 years. When they go there legally. So no, they don't go there legally. In most cases, they are enticed and deceived. You are going to get this, as brother has been saying. But at the end of the day, they come back when they are crying. So, as religious, it is true, the problem is there. We need to get involved in any way, whether praying, whether doing what, but the problem is there. So for me, I thank brother for this, and I pray that you continue to get involved in that, and even other brothers, if they could come on board, for me.
So thank you very much, brothers, and as we have said, it is something that we have to fight. It is something that we have to fight against, and it is not that you are doing it, maybe for your own benefit. Why can't you save that daughter of your neighbor? Why don't you save maybe your sister? So it is something that we have to do. Thank you very much for your time, and may you have a blessed evening.
Thank you very much. So Wesonga is a member of the Catholic Justice and Peace Commission, RSK branch. And then Lawrence is a member of the Catholic Justice and Peace Commission, Diocese of Kakamega. He's very much well versed on the human rights. Wesonga has just taken a small aspect of the human rights on human trafficking. Approach Wesonga. One time I saw, was it Justin? Were you trained the same? And then I saw Kibungei too. So you see, this is what we want, to create awareness in you that the human rights and the human abuse is within ourselves first of all. And then it percolates to the whole community. So we need to fight it as religious men, especially. That is what Wesonga was advocating for. If you find somebody trafficking somebody, please stop that. We are not supposed to be party to that kind of issue. If you see somebody abusing somebody's right, stop that as brothers. So thank you, Brother Charles, for allowing Wesonga to have this time. And I believe brothers have received some.
Okay, thank you very much, brothers.
Good evening, members of the public. My name is Brother Christopher Wesonga from Kakamega Diocese. Today, 27th of April, the year 2022, I've had a privilege of creating awareness to my brother members of the Institute of Brothers of St. Charles Lwanga at Mukumu Parish. And there are some issues that we shared. The topic being human trafficking. So we talked about the definition of human trafficking, whereby we said that it is a criminal practice according to international law. Or also we said it is a way of humans being traded as commodities for profits. And also this human trafficking, we also talked about the forms of trafficking and exploitation, whereby we looked at labor trafficking, sexual exploitation, child trafficking, organ harvesting, child soldiers, online exploitation, and also accessories to crime, and that is drug trafficking. Also, we also looked at the causes of human trafficking, whereby we said poverty is the key, is one of the most vice that makes people to be exploited. And also we have natural disasters, demand for cheap labor, and other things. Therefore, we as religious and the entire citizens, we need to fight this traffic of human so that we may end this monster in our country. So thank you very much, and I urge the members of the public to do the same, to fight against human trafficking in Kenya. Together, we can. Thank you.
My name is Brother Francis Okaye, a member of the RAT team, a branch of the RSCK, the Religious Superiors Conference of Kenya. Today, we had a very big opportunity to have our brothers sensitized on the issue of human rights and human trafficking, especially in the areas where we work. The brothers were 40 in number, and they received the information very well. So we pray that as they are sensitized, they may also now go outside there to sensitize the members, especially those who are victims of human trafficking, on the vices and especially on the cutting effects of human trafficking. I'm very happy that my brothers were very receptive, the brothers of St. Charles Wesonga, and I pray that this menace of human trafficking may stop once and for all. May the Lord bless every member who is willing to fight on the reduction of human rights, human trafficking. God bless you.